Good morning and welcome back to another swim bait fishing video. In today's video, I'm going to be trying to catch a fish on the Working Class Zero Battle Shad 7.5. This is the new one with the head harness in it, so the nose won't blow out or the hook won't pull out of the bait. I really love this bait. Out of all the soft baits that I fished, I've gotten bit on this thing the most. This thing just gets absolutely chewed. This bait is 7.5 inches long, 2.5 ounces. So it's not too heavy. It's the perfect size that fish can just inhale. I've had 2-pounders completely choke this bait. I've caught 8-pounders on it. So I'm excited to fish this thing. I've been waiting so patiently for the soft bait bite up here in Minnesota to turn on. I was on a really good tiny clash bite. I think it was more just the bait twitching and pausing that was getting most of the bites, and I wasn't getting bit on the soft bait. But now that the water's kind of warmed up, the grass has grown up, the lily pads are here, I think I can throw this thing around some lily pads and catch some fish on it. Before I start fishing though, I'm just going to quickly go over how to rig one of these things brand new out of the box. First, you're going to need the Owner 10-aught beast hook and the Battle Shad. So the head harness of this bait is kind of connected with the eyes and the eyelet. What you're going to want to do is take the eyelet, bend it out just a little bit with a pair of pliers, and then unscrew that little screw on the beast hook, and you're just going to take it, slide it on just like that. Once you have it on there, I kind of just turn it to where it's dangling straight, just like that. And then there's an air pocket in this bait. So once you have that, you just need to push that hook through there, just like that. And you're almost finished. Once you have the hook in the air pocket, the most important part is when you put that hook through, you want the point of the hook to come right out of the back of that slot. So you're just gonna push the bait forward, and that point is going to come out just on the very back, and boom, there you have it. Perfectly rigged Battle Shad. This thing looks sick. It's going to get absolutely chewed today. One thing a lot of guys will do before they put the hook in, you can do it after too, is you just take a pair of pliers and you just take that hook and just bend it up just a hair. That way it's not digging into the bait as much. You'll have a better hookup ratio. This thing is perfectly rigged. So I'm gonna take some Mend It and kind of seal that part up. And then you'll have a perfectly rigged Battle Shad ready to fish. So I'm excited to go out there and start fishing this thing, guys. I hope you guys are excited to see me catch some Battle Shad fish. Bad hook set, nice fish. Oh, that's a stud. Let's go. Here we go. Apologize for the wind if it's bad, but there we go. First one on the Battle Shad. She hit it on the way up. I didn't really know what was going on. I got a bad hook set on her, but kind of got an awkward hook set on this fish. Came off right in the net, thankfully, but awesome. Just a beauty. We're gonna get her on out of here. All right, badass. First one on the Battle Shad. That took quite a bit of time. I've been out here for probably 4 hours already, and that was my third bite on the Battle Shad. The first one I've actually connected with. I got one bite out on my main leg point that I messed up. Didn't let the fish eat it long enough. And then the second one, I was back in a shallow bay fish absolutely crushed it. I was ripping it out of weeds, didn't hook it. Finally, I get this one. And honestly, I didn't do a very good job at setting the hook because it almost came off. I netted it. But the thing about this bait, when you get bit, I know it's gonna be hard to not just swing right away, because that's what I want to do too. You get bit and you just want to swing, but you have to, when you feel that bite, you just got to keep on reeling, because sometimes when the fish eats it, it doesn't swallow the bait whole. So it'll eat half of it and work its way up to the head, which you need it to eat the whole thing. So when you're reeling it, you get bit and you have to reel until it gets really tight and then hit it. Luckily that fish probably ate it whole. Got it just barely, came off in the net, but that's awesome. First fish of the day on the battle shad. Let's go. It's been a grind out here though. I'm gonna stick with it with this thing. I'm confident that we're gonna catch some more on it, but that was fun. Great way to start the day. Let's go. Oh my gosh. I think it's a stud. Oh my gosh. Just spat it. Just right there. She was barely hooked. Let's go. There's number 2. Let's go. I've gone a long time without a bite, but it finally feels good to get another one. On that battle shad right there, that's a chunky fish. She bit it and then like dropped it, bit it again, dropped it, bit it. Look at that one, just a beauty. Awesome, fish number 2. Let's go get another one. 5 pounds, 4 ounces. Stud muffin, there she goes. Caught her right off that dock. So, that is the very first dock that I fished today. I have fished everything else you can possibly think of. I fished deep, I fished shallow, I've thrown it around lily pads, I fished rocks offshore, and that is the first dock that I have fished today, and I caught a fish off of it, and it wasn't even a good cast. I kind of just casted by it. So I'm gonna go down this stretch, fish some more docks, and see if I can't catch a couple more on the battle shad. That bite was sick. That was perfect. Fish number 2. It's beautiful out here. Let's keep on fishing. So I pulled up to this shallow bay where some lily pads are growing. I'm gonna see if there aren't a couple in here. It's just so shallow though. I'm not sure if there's anything in here. But I see a bunch of bluegill being chased around. And oh, I got one. That was so sick. That fish waked on it and ate it whole.
That was so good. Oh no. That was a nice one too.
A really nice one. Get in the net. Oh my gosh. Did you guys see that? That fish waked on it and crushed the battle shad. That was so sick. How awesome was that? That thing waked on the battle shad. You could see the wake come flying towards it and then just get that bump. This is a post-spawn fish, my first post-spawn fish of the season, and she is fired up. Man, that is so fun. I have fished absolutely everything today. I fished deep water, rocks, wood, shallow toolies, out in the middle of the lake, and I thought, come back to this shallow bay where all these lily pads are growing up. This is one of the only spots in the lake that have lily pads, and just throw the battle shad around. And I've been here for probably 10 minutes, and that's my first fish on it. Had a bite from a pike too. But man, that is awesome. Hopefully there's some more fish in here. I'm gonna get this fish out of here and catch maybe even a bigger one. I see wakes moving around this whole set of lily pads here, so that was just so sick.
another one. No way. Are you freaking kidding me? Look at that spawned out fish. Look at that spawned out fish. Not as big as the last one, but man, I found the little school of post spawners. There's number 4. Look how skinny that thing is. They're all normally way heavier. There you go, that thing crushed it. Awesome. Ugly, but it worked. Oh my gosh. Man, that is just unreal. I mean, that thing crushed this bait. This thing is chewed. Look at this thing. This thing was brand new this morning. It's chewed. What a beauty. She hammered it. Fish number 5 on the Battle Shad. Just an awesome fish. Post spawn, pissed off. Wanted to see this thing die. Fish number 5. There she goes. Oh. There she goes down to crush some more bluegill and crappie and stuff, but the wind has picked up a little bit. I'm still back here in the shallow bay. You know, it's just kind of cool to see. I was out fishing the main lake earlier, and the 2 that I caught out there were pre-spawn. You could tell they were just fat, ready to spawn. The water's a little bit colder back there. And then you come back to this super shallow bay and you find a bunch of post spawners that are pissed off, ready to eat. It's just cool, you know, exploring your lakes, finding where the fish are, what they're relating to. It's a lot of fun. It's a beautiful day out here today. Already got 5 in the boat. I'm getting hungry. I might eat lunch and keep on fishing. But it looks like they're chewing today. So I have to retie because I'm only fishing 20-pound mono and these lily pads. And you never know when you're gonna get a nick in the line. So I'm gonna retie quick and keep on casting that Battle Shad. Oh my gosh. That's another nice fish. Oh my gosh, unreal. I'm having a freaking day right now. This is unbelievable. Look at that one. Look how long that fish is. My gosh, look how it's hooked. That bait. This has got to be the biggest one of the day. Oh my gosh. That's a stud right there. This thing might be 6 pounds. Look at it. It inhaled that thing. Oh my freaking gosh. How sick is that? Oh my gosh. That's a stud right there. This thing might be 6 pounds. Look at it. It inhaled that thing. Oh my freaking gosh. Absolutely unreal. That's a stud. I don't know if it's in the frame. That's a monster on the Battle Shad. Like, are you kidding me? This thing is a tank. All right, guys, I'm just gonna take a quick second and actually weigh this fish. I think it might have been, this might be one of the biggest fish I've caught all year, which is just a freaking stud. Oh my gosh. I don't know if you guys can see that. 6 pounds, 10 ounces. 6 pounds, 8 ounces, 6 pounds, 10 ounces. Just an absolute monster Minnesota bass. That is freaking huge. I'm gonna get this fish out of here pretty quick. This fish has absolutely everything to make a Minnesota 6-pounder. It's got the belly, the thickness, the length. The mouth on this thing is huge. Biggest fish in Minnesota on the Battle Shad. That is just so awesome. That is just so sick. I've been fishing Minnesota for so long, looking for a 6-pound class fish, because they're very rare up here in Minnesota. For all you guys that don't know, a 6-pounder is pretty big up here. I mean, the state record is only 8 pounds, so to catch a 6-pounder, it's pretty impressive catch in my opinion. That was just an absolute brute on the Battle Shad. I mean, this bait is just absolutely torn to pieces. Fish have just been chewing it today. You know, this type of fishing is my personal favorite thing to do. Close quarters fishing, whether it's fishing docks or fishing little patches of lily pads or tule lines, just somewhere where you're actually target fishing. You're actually finding a target to cast at and catch a fish on. That fish came out of a little patch of lily pads. Honestly, it wasn't anything that significant. It was kind of just a blind cast. And I'm just blind casting all around this shallow bay, and I'm finding fish that want to eat. That was a monster. I'm gonna retie, maybe even catch a bigger one. I don't know. It's kind of hard to beat. I don't know the official weight of that fish. I'm gonna have to check when I check the video. It bounced anywhere from 6'4" to 6'10". So it was just a great fish. I am just so stoked about that. You know, it is extremely important when you're fishing. Sometimes those long days you can kind of forget how long you've been fishing for. But it's important to sometimes sit down, drink a bunch of water, eat some food. Sometimes when I'm fishing on these long days, I'll forget. I haven't really drank much water today, or I haven't eaten anything. It's easy to forget that when the fish are absolutely chewing, but you gotta stay hydrated. You gotta have food. If you don't, you're gonna start to lose your sanity a little bit. You're gonna get mad, like I do, and it's not gonna be fun. So eat food, drink water. Well, just finished up 2 delicious peanut butter jelly sandwiches, and I think I'm gonna wrap up the video here. Batteries are starting to die on the boat already. I'm getting burnt up, but I caught some nice fish today, guys. Absolute blast out here, cracking back on swim bait fish, battle shad fish nonetheless. I love a good soft bait bite. I don't think there's anything in the world that could beat it. I caught them out on the main lake. I caught them out in shallow bays by lily pads, caught them off rocks. Super fun day out in the water though. I hope you guys enjoyed watching me crack back into some battle shad fish. I know I enjoyed doing it. I actually have work a little bit later, so I need to wrap everything up and head off the lake. I think I just heard a Bigfoot over there, so I really have to get off this island. I appreciate you guys watching, and as always, I will see you on the next video.
Oh my fucking God.